Good morning from Savory Island, British Columbia. I thought I'd send you a quick video here today, as I believe I've showed you a couple of pictures over the past couple of years of Savory Island, this place where I spent my holidays as a kid off the coast here of BC. As some of you know, as I think I told most of you, I've come out here to BC for the first time in a couple of years to see my dad. And as I may not have told you, my dad just actually sold our place here on Savory. And this is my last chance to be at the cabin. And the keys are handed over next week, I think it is, or whatever. And so we arrived here about an hour ago, and I'm surprised. It's been quite an emotional thing for me. I got my dad to drop me off at one point as we were driving here from the water taxi, and I just walked down to the path that I grew up going down to the beach on. Walked to what was my grandparents' place. They sold that about 15 years ago. And walked around the property, and which I spent my first 12 years going to there, and just have so many memories. And my heart was really just aching the whole time. And then I walked the path that I would have always taken to get here to our place, which is just a 5-10 minute walk. But well, as you can see here, I'll circle the video. You can see it's a very beautiful place. Lots to see. Much beauty. And I may have told you the story, I'm not sure, but I've told my girls this certainly. I may have told you about this famous tree that I climbed with my friend Chris when we were, I think, 13 years old. We discovered this tree, and I may have estimated at one time that it's 200 feet. I'm not sure if that's accurate. You can see it goes way up and up, and we climbed very much to the top of it, so that we were swaying back and forth in the wind, taking pictures. And this is one of the highest, this might be the highest point on the island, so we were looking out over the whole island, looking out on the ocean. Just beautiful. And I know my girls have heard this, but if I haven't told you, you can see that these old fir trees, they're big and thick, beautiful. I don't know if you can get a sense of how big this tree is. It's not the biggest on the island. There's actually a much bigger one, an old dead one. I don't know if you can see it over there. It's old and burned. It was a huge one. There was a huge fire here 50, 60 years ago. Anyway, these fir trees, there's no branches down low, as you can see. So the way that I had to climb it, I was not going to talk about this, but I can't resist. The way that I climbed it was, because there's no branches, what I had to do was climb this little tree, and we climbed up to the very top of it. Can you see it there? And we stood on the top of this little tree, this one right here, and we jumped onto the first branch. And it didn't seem a big deal at the time, but now that I look, that first branch is, I'd say, about 22 feet off the ground. I don't know how many meters that is. And we actually had to, quite literally, stand on the top of the little tree and leap so that our arms were hanging over that bottom branch. And then you'd swing your leg up, and then you could go up the branches all the way. Anyway, that's an aside. I wasn't going to talk about that, as I said. But what I did want to talk about was how emotional this afternoon has been for me. Almost every step I've walked, there's memories. And it's not just memories of the fun I had as a kid, although that's a huge part of it, but for me it was family. It was my grandparents especially, and then coming here as a family, coming here for 3 summers with my best friend, And what it's caused me to reflect on is to realize again how much I have to be thankful for. We know the scriptures tell us to rejoice in all things and to be thankful always. And what I've realized, especially these past couple of years when I come back to BC, is you see things with a new perspective. I see the mountains again and the ocean. I see these magnificent trees. I think on the memories I have. I used to think that I used to think I had a very, humble childhood. We didn't have a lot. And I used to dwell on that a lot and think, oh, that family had this, that family had that. And it just occurred to me recently as I reflected upon this place right here. Wow, I was so blessed. Can't believe that I grew up here. I can't believe the fun that I had. I can't believe the family that I had. And just so many blessings. So I think about that verse that tells us to be thankful in all things. And the reality is we tend to be, maybe it's just me, but I tend to be pretty ignorant of those things which really are so incredible, which God has blessed us with. So just a small encouragement for you today is I would ask you to take a few moments, really quiet your mind and heart and think through some of the things in your life that are so normal and such a part of your routine that you don't even realize, maybe, if you're like me, you don't realize how sacred these things are. And then one day, maybe they're taken or they pass away. And then all of a sudden, then you realize, wow, I had it good. Wow, God is great. So let's not wait till it's too late. Think on those things. I'm thinking about you today and how grateful I am for you. God bless you. And let's give thanks and praise to Him. See you soon.